Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday Rigathi Gachagua was on KTN for some interview. And I paid very close attention to Rigathi Gachagua during the entire interview. And I came to some three conclusions. The first conclusion I arrived at is that in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua will not be running for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. That became very clear during the interview. The second conclusion is that in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua and the entire Mount Kenya region are likely to support someone outside the mountain for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. And it became very clear from that interview that if Raila Odinga were to position himself, Rigathi Gachagua is likely to support his bid of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And importantly, it also became very clear that Rigathi Gachagua's main objective is one: stopping William Ruto from getting re-elected again in 2027. And that's why, if you listen to that Rigathi Gachagua's interview, the main subject was William Ruto and destroying his reputation. Rigathi Gachagua said so many things, but there's something which I want us to focus on. Rigathi Gachagua accused William Ruto of doing business with the leader of a rebel movement in Sudan, Rapid Support Forces, Mr. Hemedti. According to Rigathi Gachagua, President Ruto and the rebel leader from Sudan are in the business of smuggling gold into Kenya. Then they're using JKIA to transport the gold. Now where? To Dubai. And most Kenyans were like, is that the reason why we normally see a lot of blackouts at JKIA? So ladies and gentlemen, we are talking of William Ruto, the president of the Republic of Kenya, being accused by his former deputy president as involving himself in gold smuggling. Listening to Rigathi Gachagua accusing William Ruto.
Allow rebels who have been slapped with international sanctions because of the genocide to meet in government facilities in Nairobi. You have heard Sudan now is threatening to stop our tea going to Sudan. And what is happening is that the president has put his personal and commercial interests ahead of the country's interests. That's the problem that we have. They are doing business with the RSF chief of gold that is being gotten from that area, brought to Nairobi and taken to Dubai.
And you can substantiate
Yes,
this?
I can. I have one time. And, diplomatically, the president cannot invite Mohamed here because he was vice president. And he asked me to invite him on his behalf. And he called me and said, sign this letter, invite Mohamed here because I want to have a discussion.
When was this?
Sometime 2023.
Okay.
And I did invite Mohamed and welcomed him and delivered him to the president. There was nothing about Kenya. They were just discussing business, about gold, about such other things.
You were in that meeting?
No, I introduced him and then I was told to leave because it had nothing to do with Kenya.
How do you know this then?
No, I'm saying if it had anything to do with Kenya, I would have started through the meeting. But I'm the one who, after they were through, I'm the one who took him to the airport and I inquired and they are doing business. So it is putting Kenya in very bad light. Very, very bad light. And President William Ruto must accept that he will not be president forever. He cannot destroy this country and the way we are perceived by other nations. He must be a nationalist. He must rise above personal and commercial interests and put the country first. That group has been flagged by the international community and sanctions have been slapped against them for genocide and killing of children. But again, thinking about it, there's a saying that birds of the same feather flock together. They are killing children in Sudan, we are killing children here. So again, there's convergence. I think birds of the same feather flock together. But we are looking very bad. DRC, we have handled it very badly. And in fact, I am told many African presidents are unwilling to get involved in peace initiatives led by President William Ruto because he's conflicted in terms of personal and commercial interests that he has put above national interests.
According to Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto asked him to invite Mr. Hemedti into the country in January 2023. January 2023. Remember, William Ruto, by that time, I think he was in office only for 3 months. And the first person he invited to State House was this rebel leader.
And watch our wildlife. We have rhino.
That's a very precious animal.
And we have a wonderful, wow.
My good brother. Welcome to your other home. Thank you very much. Again, welcome to my home.
Kimbia.
He's also very happy for that section.
Yes. So I'm very happy to receive you again in Nairobi.
So what are some of the objectives of these Rigathi Gachagua statements? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in. First of all, let us begin this video by looking a bit of the history of Mr. Hemedti, because even Ndindi Nyoro in April 2023, 3 months after this guy came to Kenya, made some post on his official Twitter handle. Ndindi Nyoro, by that time, was one of the closest allies of William Samoei Arap Ruto. Let me just give you a brief history of this guy. Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, aka Hemedti, was the leader of Janjaweed militia, which massacred people in Darfur for years. In Darfur, they are known as men with no mercy. In February 2024, that's last year, he bombed a crowded market that killed more than 60 people. His RSF paramilitary group has frustrated the internationally backed efforts to move towards civilian rule, further complicating matters in Darfur. Remember, the other day, this group held a meeting in Nairobi, and they're actually forming a government in Nairobi. And probably that's why Rigathi Gachagua made this statement. So the question has always been, why is Kenya taking sides in the Sudan war? Rigathi Gachagua is telling us Kenya is taking sides because William Ruto has personal interest. Ladies and gentlemen, those statements by Rigathi Gachagua is significant. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is actually exposing William Ruto's dirty dealings. When you talk of a president smuggling gold using international airport to smuggle gold, this is the same airport which William Ruto had intended to lease out to Adani Group. So what was the intention then? Was the intention really to ensure that our airport remains a conduit for these dirty dealings? So Rigathi was out to expose William Ruto's dirty dealings. I'll be waiting to see how William Ruto and his team will be responding, especially on this Sudan matter. Number two, I think Rigathi Gachagua is also now out to explain to Kenyans why the international image of our country is at stake. Of course, there are criminal gangs all over. But now we are talking of a president elected by the majority of Kenyans being accused by his deputy of operating with criminal gangs. Because let's face it, we have two factions in Sudan. And when they were hosted when they conducted and when they held that meeting at KICC, Kenyans complained But the minister, the cabinet secretary, the prime cabinet secretary, who is also the cabinet secretary for foreign affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, issued a statement supporting this group. and after that, Kenya has been under a lot of pressure to denounce that group, which means the image of the country is already tainted internationally. And Rigathi Gachagua is now trying to explain to Kenyans why the image of the country does not matter to the president, because for him, his business is what matters. Number three, Kenya has been committing a lot of diplomatic blunders. And one of the reasons why Raila Odinga lost in his bid of becoming the chair of the African Union Commission is as a result of the conflict in the DRC. DRC is a producer of gold. So Rigathi Gachagua is just trying to tell you that the diplomatic blunders we are witnessing in the Republic of Kenya are as a result of William Ruto's dirty dealings. The gold he's smuggling from Sudan, his gold interest in DRC, and of course, other places. This is not the first time William Ruto is being accused of dealing with the criminal gangs. So I don't know, because I expect Rigathi Gachagua to be arrested. Rigathi Gachagua is saying, for me, I'm ready to substantiate whatever I said. And of course, the fact that he was asked to invite this guy, maybe he has also evidence. Number 4, I think also Rigathi is out now to provoke William Ruto to react. It's just out to provoke Ruto to react. You know, you accuse Ruto of doing this because Ruto is a human being. He will feel offended. He will react. Probably will unleash the police, and Rigathi will be able to sustain. And Rigathi will be able to sustain his anti-William Ruto's narrative in the mountain. So I hope William Ruto will not fall for that. And importantly, Rigathi Gachagua is also telling Kenyans that your president is a man whose personal interest supersedes those of the nation called Kenya. And that's why in Sudan, he's taking sides without thinking about the future of the country. Because tomorrow, William Ruto will not be in office. How will Kenya relate with Sudan? South Sudan has already issued a statement warning Kenyans of consequences should that group be allowed to form government. Ladies and gentlemen, let us wait and see what's going to happen. But I think Rigathi Gachagua is going to be the man who will stop William Ruto and his team if he will get the backing of Raila Odinga. I'm not so sure whether William Ruto will allow him to get the backing of Raila Odinga. I'm just trying to assuming today Rigathi was out of the government like that, then Raila Odinga was also not with Ruto. I'm just imagining the situation William Ruto would be finding himself in. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.